of Unapologetically Woman. We're celebrating phenomenal women all across Kentucky who make no apologies for their perspectives or the impacts that they're making in the community. Today we're celebrating Chanese Johnson. Chanese is an entrepreneur, a travel agent, and an Army veteran. Unapologetically Woman, Chanese Johnson, that's you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So you're all the things. You're very busy. Tell me about your business.
So once I got out of the military, I was pursuing college. After college, I graduated with my master's in business administration. I always told myself I would never, ever own a business. I used to just want to clock out, go home, and if anything in the business fell, I would not have to worry about it because I was at home, I was still getting a paycheck no matter what happened. Well, time went on after being a stay-at-home mom, and I felt like I started to lose my identity. So I was talking to my mother-in-law, and she was like, you are a creative soul, so why don't you do something that could be creative that you could still call your own? So I was like, I'll make some t-shirts or, custom items here and there. So sitting at my couch with my mother-in-law, I made an LLC on Christmas Eve. I ended up opening on February 2nd, 2022. Because I love angel numbers, so the 2222, all that
it, yes,
was like
yes.
just a calling to me. So I ended up buying in bulk from overseas, biggest mistake I've ever done. But lessons learned in business, you have to have them all the time. So after that, someone actually gifted me a cameo silhouette. And then from there I was downstairs in a little corner in my basement. And then after that, we bought a new house and I turned our garage into an office. And then from there, I just recently purchased a salon with my business partner, Skylar Doan, and we are now in a salon and I have a suite in there. And now we're employing other women who own their businesses to be able to be in a space to kind of have that sisterhood and for me to be able to empower them, give them that push to know that they can also be successful in business because I started in a little corner in my basement.
Well, and one of the things that you also said, or that I understood, is that you were struggling. You were consumed with being a mom and didn't realize that two things could happen succinctly.
Yes, and they can coexist. Being a mother of three, so after I had my second one, I got pregnant with my daughter Nova Lee when the second one was 8 months old. So I was trying, yes, so I was trying to work at a call center from home with a baby in my lap and a baby in my belly. I ended up having two and I was still trying to work from home. And from there, I just remember calling my husband and my dad crying, saying, I've got to do something. And that's what did it.
Because you felt like you had lost yourself.
I did, and I was just working for the dollar with no passion behind it. I didn't enjoy what I was doing anymore. I had a master's degree, so I was like, what are you doing? You have all of this behind you that, a degree no one can take from you, but what am I doing with that degree? So that's why I ended up going into entrepreneurship.
And so you absolutely love it. And the business that you're in partnership with now is in Elizabethtown.
Yes, it is, Elizabethtown, Kentucky.
And so tell me the name of your business so people watching who may want some apparel can.
Yes, so my custom apparel business is Captivated by Nova. My travel business is called Captivating Destinations. And then the salon that I just opened is called She and Company. And then I also am co-owner with my husband, and he's a local handyman in Elizabethtown, Kentucky called Sturdy Services. Okay, so do you go out on the jobs and help him fix things? Are you in a bathtub trying to get all those things fixed? So I have painted and I've cut some wood and laminate flooring, but I'm just a girl. So I am the one handling in the back, the marketing, the posting, the finances, the taxes, and everything like that. The things that he doesn't want to do. You take care of all of the other stuff, and
yes. he goes and he gets it done.
He's getting his hands dirty.
Yeah, and so tell me about how all of this works with the children, because I know you have 3 children, and I know you have one beautiful daughter for sure.
Yes. So I have actually 3 children and 3 stepchildren. So with how my days go, I wake up, get all of my children ready for school, and then 2 get on the bus. Nova Lee will go to school Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I will take her to school, go back home, clean the house, and that's kind of my quiet time by myself. So that when we come back home at the end of the day, it's clean and it's just ready for dinner time if we don't have sports practices, because all of my kids are also in sports. Once I get the house clean, get myself ready, I'll go into the salon and I'll start working on my orders, and then that's all she wrote.
And then just getting it done.
Yep.
So you're doing this more for, there's a bigger picture in play for you for everything that you're doing. What's that about?
I opened Captivated by Nova to be able to do something for myself, and I don't ever want my kids to feel like mom has this business and now I have to continue this business when they grow up. I want them to know that I have the opportunity now that mom has left a legacy. Do I want to do it or do I not? But whether you don't want to do the dirty work of creating a t-shirt, they'll at least have Captivated by Nova or my travel or, you know, the handyman business or the salon to know that you have something to fall back on, or you can just manage it.
But you know, that's that whole generational wealth, you know, that we talk about so often.
Yes, and my dad and my mom have definitely instilled all of those things into me and my brother's brain.
Well, because you got to keep building. Every generation's got to keep building.
Yes, for sure.
So tell me, you also, I'm looking at your face and I'm like, gosh, I can't believe she's in the Army.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was that girl in the Army boots from, 6 to 3 or 4 or 5, and then as soon as I got out of them, I was in the heels.
You
That
went
was me.
straight.
That was me. So I was the tomboy during the day and then girly at nighttime.
Wow.
Yes. But I couldn't believe I did it. I felt like I was going around in circles when I used to live in Lexington, Kentucky, and I needed something different, and a recruiter came to my house on a bike, and he took no for an answer. Or he didn't take no for an answer, I'm sorry. And after about a year of him coming back and forth, I finally was like, you know what? I will do something different and something that I feel like I can be a part of.
Why was being a part of the military important for you?
To give me that fresh start and to be able to get out and out of a place where I felt like I was just going in circles. And I didn't know what I wanted to do. And a lot of people at 18, 19,
you don't
through
know.
21, you really don't know. Like, I had a full ride scholarship to University of Kentucky. And I had a degree and a major and all this, or a major, sorry. I had my major, but I didn't know if I really wanted to do that. It was pediatrics. And here I am running a salon. So I truly feel like between the ages of 18 and 21, you truly are just pouring out the money if you really don't have a passion for what you are going for.
Well, and you know, a lot of people have degrees in things that, you know, they don't use their degree in because you're so young when you're making a decision about what it is that you're going to do with the rest of your life.
Yep.
And so one of the things that I've learned is that for the rest of your life, you can continue to make decisions about what it is that you're going to do for the rest of your life.
Yes.
It doesn't all have to happen,
Yes.
you know, when you're 18.
Yes, for sure. And that's why I went into business ownership, because I had children and I didn't want to put them in daycare or have anybody raise them. So the only way that I figured I could do that was to be in business for myself. I make my schedule. I create when I want to work and when I don't want to work. So that
Now,
could
see,
still
I
be
need to
okay.
be able to create my own schedule of when I want to work and when I
Yes.
don't want to work. That's great, though.
Yes. Well, sometimes it takes over. You know, like I said, I never wanted to be in business for myself because I didn't want to go home and not worry about it. I'm worrying about it 24/7.
24
Yes.
hours a day, I'm sure, because you've got a lot. You've got a lot going on.
Yes.
You know, and you don't have somebody else to say, "Oh, you know, let me manage that up."
Yes. And so for the salon, my business partner and I, we created a children's play area because we have 6 children between us both. So we wanted also something for the community to where if a woman has a hair appointment, we don't want her to say, hey, I have to cancel because I don't have childcare. Well, ma'am, our 6 kids are here. So bring your children because
Bring your
our
child.
children see us working too. And there should never be a decision of self-care or childcare. It should be able to coexist with motherhood and business. I feel like they should all be able to coexist.
So, with all of the things that you've learned, first in the military, what was the greatest thing that you got from the military that will stay with you forever?
From the military, structure and pushing
What about
yourself.
confidence? Because you exude confidence. What
Thank
about
you.
confidence?
Confidence, since I was the first female actually to be.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
so I was
Say
the
it.
first female as a 13 Romeo, which is field artillery. And being the first female, you couldn't go into a platoon or a group of men and expect them to just respect you right off the bat. So I had to constantly prove myself. I had to constantly keep up with them so that they could gain that respect for me. To my maiden name is Jackson, to say, oh, Jackson is really keeping up with us. So because of that, I have learned I can do hard things.
Yes.
I can keep up with the men in this society when it comes to business, and people are watching you and you think they're not. Because so many people have came to me saying that I've been an inspiration to them, and I'm like, who are you? You know, but it really fuels that drive and that passion to know that people are watching, because I feel like God has put me on this path to be able to just inspire people and let them know that anything is possible in this life. And I want my kids to also know that. I seen mom busting her butt to open businesses, meet the right people so that these businesses can flourish and be successful.
That's
and
right.
the people that you meet in life, I think, are really important. People will say that they're loners or don't want to deal with anybody, but you have to. To be successful in life, you have to be able to talk to people, to meet people, and to just make those relationships.
Absolutely. So this is a perfect time because we could sit here forever. But I'm going to kick it to the last word for you, because we've been talking about people are watching. And so for young girls or young women that are looking at you and thinking, gosh, I want to do something, but I'm scared. What kind of advice would you give them?
Do it scared. Just do it scared. No matter what you do, the first thing to success is taking that first step.
Thank you so much. You guys heard it from Chanese. If you're scared to take a step, do it while you're scared, but just do it. And continue to watch as we celebrate other phenomenal women just like Chanese on Unapologetically Woman. I'll see you soon.